It has been a while since I've done a foundation review. I think just because, like, there were no new product releases, as far as foundation is concerned, that really piqued my interest. So, guess what we're doing today? Today, I am going to be testing out the Peripera Double Longwear Cover Foundation SPF 45 PA Double Plus. That guy. The Korean beauty brand Peripera makes some of the best lip tints ever. And I think I have like a skin tint of theirs too. It comes in like a little squeezy tube thing. But when I saw this one, the description and the claims kind of reminded me of the Etude House Double Lasting foundation. And I really, really like that one. The Etude House Double Lasting foundation is apparently a pretty much perfect dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I've never tried the Estee Lauder one, so I can't attest to its dupeness, but I have tried the Etude House one. I do own it. It has quite a strong floral scent, so sometimes it can be a bit much. When I wear it, it can just be a little bit much. So when I saw this one, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's give it a shot. It says double long wear. I love long-lasting things, so let's try it out. I got the shade number 1 Pure Ivory. This foundation comes in 3 shades total, from what I can tell online anyway. Number 1 Pure Ivory, number 2 Natural Beige, and number 3 Classic Sand. So this guy says, Peripera Double Longwear Cover Foundation, number 1 Pure Ivory. It's got an SPF 45 PA Double Plus. And it says it's a smooth-fitting liquid foundation that covers skin imperfections with silky finish and lasting effect. The directions are to shake well, apply appropriate amount over entire face, and smoothly blend out. So I'm just gonna pop this bad boy open. And there she is. There's what it looks like. It's a pretty cute bottle, actually. So, usually I apply everything with a brush, and then I will go over it and blend everything out with a cushion puff. But somebody in the comments suggested a while back on one of my other videos to do half and half for comparison's sake. So, why not? Gonna give this guy a little shake. There we are. You got a little pumpy guy on there. Let's go. 1 pump. All right. Maybe 2 or 3 pumps. Oh, there we go. That's better. Okay, so 1.5 pumps. It does look like it's going to be a good color for me. It's quite a thick formula. Not a bad thing. Probably won't use all of that, actually. But, what can you do? So this is my face with nothing on it. Don't really have anything major to cover up. Skin's been pretty darn good lately. So, yeah, just the usual redness. Both my cheeks and my nose get, like, pretty red. Sometimes they're pretty good right now. I got a little bit of dark circles happening right now. I don't have anything on my skin at the moment, except a little bit of, like, skincare. I applied a bit of moisturizer. I have dry skin, so the life gets sucked out of it very quickly. When I do test out any new foundation or base product, I'm going to start applying it to one side of my face and blend it out with a brush. When I do test products, I do not like to apply primer underneath, and I also don't really like to apply any other products, be it concealer, setting powder, setting spray, anything on top either, because I just feel like, ooh, that has a smell to it. It's not as bad as the Etude House one, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely perfumey. Alright, well, so there that is. I just find that adding any other products when doing a foundation review. For me personally, I just find that doing that might change how the foundation wears. So I just like to try the foundation on its own without any other products possibly interfering with the formula. So one side with a brush. It's actually kind of nice to just sit down and put makeup on. It doesn't look bad, but it is clinging to the little dry areas on my nose and a little bit on my forehead too. Nothing major. I'll come in for a close-up. There it is on one side of my face, applied with a brush. I don't know if you can see it right here. You might not be able to. With the naked eye, I can see it. It's clinging onto some dry areas here. Not too bad though. It's actually a really nice color. So I'll just go ahead and apply to the other side here. And now with a sponge. Sponge side already looks better. Darn. And there we have it. Ta-da! This is the side that I did with a brush. So the side with the brush, it is accentuating my pores a little bit. I did not apply badly with the brush whatsoever. I just find that the side with the... It's gonna be hard for you to see because, like, the screen on my window that I'm sitting in front of is casting a weird shadow on my face. Dang it. But, here. Let me see if I can... Over here? Yeah, over here. Sure. Well, that's sort of better. I find that the side with the, that I did with the sponge just blended a little more seamlessly into my skin. The side that I did with the brush is clinging a little bit more to dry patches. I don't have many dry patches right now, but there is a little bit. This side just, it blended a little better. So yeah, there's how it's looking. The scent actually is not that bad. It is not as strong as the Etude House one, which is nice. This foundation gave a nice sort of, like, light medium coverage, I guess. It evened out my skin tone very well. Covered up dark circles pretty okay. I don't see any obvious creasing, as we all know at this point. I do have a little wrinkle under each of my eyeballs, like a little fold right here. Everything creases there, so I expect that this will a little bit, but I don't factor that a little bit of creasing into, like, how I judge a product, because everything creases there. It can't be helped. So it is currently 10:47 in the AM. I'm going to go about my day, and I'll check in along the way if anything interesting happens, but if not, I will see you tonight. Okay, a couple things. Well, first of all, it is 10:54 in the PM. So this foundation has been on my face for 12 hours. I will say that I'm not disappointed. I'm actually quite happy with it. The only thing is that it did not seem to hold up super well when I was working out and sweating. The makeup just kind of, like, lifted off of my skin, and I had to be extremely careful when dabbing the sweat off of my face, because the slightest bit of dampness and the foundation started to slide around. I started exercising around 5 o'clock. So this foundation had been on my face for a little over 6 hours before I started sweating and stuff. So up to that point, this makeup looked really good, actually. I was quite impressed. It did kind of break down a little bit when I started to sweat. It came off and started sliding around. That did make me lose a little bit of coverage. But up until that point, it was actually looking really good. The side that I used the brush on, the pores on this side, right here, they seem to be accentuated a little more than on this side. Could just be me being too analytical about this, but that's how it seems to me. So when I do use this foundation in the future, I am probably going to be applying it with a sponge, just because it seemed to apply a little bit better. It seemed to blend more smoothly into my skin, and it seemed to wear a little better on this side. Like, the appearance of my pores looks a little more favorable over here. So there is clearly still some foundation on my face. It didn't completely disappear or rub off or slide around too much, but I was being very careful. Do I think that this is a decent dupe of the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation? I'm going to tentatively say yes, because this foundation, I could see this lasting a really long time, as long as you don't sweat or get it wet in any way. It was looking great. There was no creasing to be seen on my face previous to me working out. So I could see this lasting a very long time. It has it completely dried down, but it didn't make me feel super dry. It's not a super matte finish. It was kind of a natural, slightly semi-matte maybe on drier skins. It's got a very skin-like look to it, if that makes sense. And it didn't make my skin feel super dry, which more matte, long-wearing foundations tend to do sometimes. Taking that into consideration, I would tentatively say that this is decent competition for the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation. I haven't tested the two of them side by side. Who knows, I might do that anyway, just because I'm curious now. But if that's something you guys will be interested in, let me know down in the comments, because I'm actually quite interested myself to see the comparison. I definitely prefer the smell. That's a big thing for me. I'm not really that fond of putting things on my face that I don't like the smell of, especially if that smell lingers for hours and hours and hours. So I'm very glad that, like, I can't smell it at all anymore. The smell doesn't follow me around when I move, you know? So that's good. The color match is actually really good. So I like that. Yeah. I think this is a pretty darn decent foundation. So yeah, I think this is the kind of formula that will work really well with a lot of different skin types. So that's good. It was affordable. I got mine right off of Yes Style. Let me know down in the comments if you would be at all interested in me doing a all-day wear test side by side, one with the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation and the other side with this one, just in case anybody's curious. If you are, do let me know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello. Hi. How are you? How you doing? Come on. You did it once. Come on. Are you serious, bud? Where's a little bit?